Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving deep into one of history's most debated prophecies, Revelation chapter 13. We're going to unpack a specific interpretation that lays out a pretty intense vision of a powerful world leader, a deceptive prophet, and of course, that infamous mark of the beast. Right. So, 666. What's the real story? Well, to get to that number, you first have to understand the epic conflict it represents. Believe it or not, this isn't just about a number. It's the climax of a huge story about power, deception, and a battle for the future of humanity itself.
Okay, to really get a handle on the beasts of Revelation, this interpretation says you can't just jump to the end. No, you have to go way, way back, all the way to the very beginning, to a cosmic conflict that's set up in the book of Genesis. It's a battle between two opposing seeds.
So think of it like this. This viewpoint sees all of human history as one big clash between two sides. You've got the seed of the woman, which represents the lineage leading to the Messiah, and then you have the seed of the serpent, its direct opposition, driven by the dragon, Satan. This ancient rivalry, that's the cosmic backstory for everything that's about to go down in Revelation.
So how does this whole cosmic battle actually play out on Earth? Well, it kicks off with this really powerful figure who emerges from the sea. Now, in this kind of symbolism, the sea isn't literal water. It usually represents the chaotic sea of nations, the non-Jewish world. So we're not talking about a sea monster, we're talking about a man, a global political leader.
And this guy, he's presented as this incredibly charismatic, almost supernaturally empowered leader. He gains global authority, he's known for these big, boastful, blasphemous speeches, and he seems completely invincible. When he apparently recovers from a wound that should have killed him, the whole world is just stunned. They're so amazed they actually start to worship him.
And get this interpretation connects that fatal wound to a super specific prophecy from the Old Testament. It talks about an idle shepherd who suffers this catastrophic injury to his right arm and eye. So the suggestion here is fascinating. The beast's so-called healed wound might actually leave a really distinct physical mark, a potential clue maybe to who he is.
But wait, this political leader? He's not working alone, not at all. He's got a partner, a second beast. And this one doesn't rise from the sea of nations, but from the earth. Now, in this context, the earth is often interpreted as the land of Israel, which suggests this second guy, he might even be Jewish.
And here's where it gets really interesting. This second figure is basically the religious muscle, the PR guy for the whole operation. He looks all gentle, like a lamb, but he speaks with the authority of the dragon. His entire job is to provide supernatural validation for the political leader, performing these incredible miracles, like calling fire down from the sky, to deceive the world and funnel all worship directly to the first beast.
So you put them together and what do you get? This source calls it a satanic trinity. It's a complete counterfeit. You've got the dragon acting as a fake father figure, the first beast, the Antichrist, acting as a fake son, and this second beast, the false prophet, acting as a fake Holy Spirit, performing all the signs and wonders. It's a total, deliberate inversion of the divine.
And this powerful duo, this partnership, it all leads up to their most infamous move, creating a global system of absolute economic and ideological control. And right at the very heart of that system is the number everyone's heard of. And there it is, 666. But it's not just some random scary number thrown in for effect. The text is very clear. It's the number of a man, and it's meant to be calculated.
So how exactly does a name become a number? Well, you have to know about something called gematria. It's pretty simple, really. In the ancient world, letters also doubled as numbers. So the idea here is that this future world leader's name, when you calculate it in either Greek or Hebrew, will literally add up to 666.
Now, this is a really important point. The commentary warns us not to get too hung up on the technology of the mark, things like barcodes or microchips. The actual Greek word used is charagma, and it means a brand, like a seal of ownership. So the crucial thing isn't how you get it. It's the fact that it's a conscious, willing choice. You're taking on this leader's identity as a mark of allegiance just so you can be part of his economy.
Okay, but none of this is happening in a vacuum. This interpretation argues that these events are actually the grand finale of prophecies made centuries before, and the original blueprint, you can find it in the book of Daniel.
And check out these parallels. They are stunning. Daniel's vision talks about this final, arrogant ruler, the little horn, who speaks against God and overcomes believers. Fast forward to Revelation, and its beast does the exact same things, using almost identical language. So from this perspective, the beast of Revelation is the ultimate fulfillment of that figure Daniel saw all those years ago.
But after painting this really dark and detailed picture, the source material pivots to a really crucial final point. It says, hey, while understanding all this is important, if you get obsessed with trying to figure out who the Antichrist is, you're kind of missing the whole point. The main focus shouldn't be on the counterfeit, it should be on the real thing.
So, in the end, this whole deep dive into Revelation 13 leaves us with a pretty provocative thought. It lays out this incredibly detailed framework for how history might end. And look, whether you see it as literal truth or as ancient metaphor, the question is still there. How does such a powerful vision of the future written down thousands of years ago change how we look at the world right now, today?